Assalamualaikum. So in today's lesson we're going to talk about environment and what role can we play to protect the environment. So we're going to talk about two things: how to keep our environment clean and how to reduce, reuse and recycle, the 3 R's of keeping the environment clean. Okay, first of all, reduce. Reduce means where you try to make less rubbish by cutting down on waste. We don't buy things you don't need, use things until they are worn out instead of buying new things. Doing this will mean that there are few things to throw away. For example, if you have a school bag, each year you don't need to buy a new school bag. You can use your old bag again and again. This means you are reducing the amount of waste by not trying to buy more than you actually need. Okay, then comes reuse. Reuse means when you are finished with something, try to use it again. If you don't want to use it, maybe someone else does. So you might give it to somebody else. Maybe you can use it for something else. For example, if you have empty cardboard boxes, you can always use them to store your things. So in this way, you're not throwing those cardboard boxes away as trash, rather you are reusing them. Finally comes recycle. So recycle means put the rubbish in the recycle bin instead of the general waste. It will be taken away and turned into something new. Most of our rubbish can be recycled and turned back into something useful. Later today, we are going to talk about recyclable products, which can be turned into something new. Okay, so pause this video for a minute and think of something, how you can reduce, reuse, or recycle the waste you have been creating. And when you come up with an example, think whether it is a way of reducing, making less, whether it's a way of reusing, using it again, or recycling, turning into something new. Okay, so like in the class, you guys gave examples when you can use your empty water bottles to fill them up again and use it again and again, rather than buying plastic bottles. So you can use your own water bottles, which you can wash and fill them up again. That's a way of reusing. So, and you are reducing as well by using less amount of plastic bottles. Okay, so this is one video which tells us how to care about the environment. I would be sharing the link of this video in the tutorial. Let's move on. Now, here you see a lot of packed goods. A packet of chips, a packet of cupcake, a fruit yogurt box, a juice box, and even a sandwich wrapped in plastic. So, what do you think? How can you reduce the amount of waste in this lunchbox? The wrapper of chips, the wrapper of everything, all these things, and the juice box even. Think for a minute and then proceed with the video to know how you can actually reduce. So, in order to reduce the amount of waste that would be left over from your lunch, what you can do is, you can only bring what you need, and if you can't finish all the food, then you have brought too much. You can pack your sandwiches in a reusable container, a lunchbox maybe, and instead of buying individual packets of snack, you can buy a big pack and bring smaller portions every day. You can eat fresh food because it is good for your health as well. And you can bring drinks in a refillable bottle like this, which you can use again and again so that you don't have to throw away the plastic juice boxes. And if you have any rubbish, make sure you put it in the right bin so it can be recycled. That is how we are reducing the amount of waste. Let's talk about reusing. After reducing a waste, the next step of taking care of rubbish is to reuse as much as we can. Let's think of ways how can we reuse the following things: a glass jar, a cloth cloth bags, and old toys, books, CDs, and clothes. So as you said, these glass jars can be used to, once they are empty, you can even put your valuables in it, and even you can put your jelly beans inside these maybe, or you can use these glass jars to put in spices or any of the things which you don't have in a jar form. Maybe you bring a packet of chips and put them inside a glass jar. Second, we can always use cloth bags. Cloth bags can be used again and again. Even if you're using plastic bags, make sure to use them again and again while you go for shopping. In this way, you're not wasting or increasing the amount of plastic in the rubbish. Finally, old toys, books, and CDs can be given away to someone who actually needs them. Once you don't need them, you can always give them to someone else who might use them in the right way. Finally, we talk about recycling. After you have reduced your waste as much as possible, you recycle it. Once you put it in the recycle bin, it is taken away to a factory, and there it is shredded down into very tiny pieces. And for glasses and for plastic, it is maybe melted down into a liquid form or pulp form before it is used to create something absolutely new. So these are the following things which you can use to recycle. For example, paper can be recycled to turn into new paper or toilet roll. Tin cans can be recycled to make chocolate wrappings or new food cans. Glass can be recycled to make new bottles and jars. Plastic is put into shredders and shredded into tiny pieces, and then it can be turned into new plastic bottles, garden furniture, and even fleece jumpers. There's one particular type of plastic which can be used to make fleece jumpers. And as far as your natural waste is concerned, your natural waste can be used like your vegetable peels, your banana peels, or your even apple cores, all the natural things which we use in a kitchen, which are normally rubbish for us, we can put them in the soil and it can be turned into compost. Compost is very good for soil and helps to grow new plants. It is actually a fertilizer sort of a thing for a soil. Okay, now there are few objects on each card. Let's figure out a way. Pause this video for a minute and figure out a way what you can do with each of these objects. Either you can reduce it, reuse it, and recycle it. And give me one possible way how you can reduce, reuse, or recycle that. Okay, we are back now. So, in order to reuse, in order for the newspaper, we can either recycle or reuse it. We can make arts and crafts, we can wrap different things, and we can even lay it on the floor while doing crafts to avoid the mess created on the floor. The teddy bear can be given to somebody else who might use it. Once you are done, for example, you're no longer a baby anymore, you don't have even younger siblings, you can give it away to somebody else. For the shirt, you can give it to somebody else who might use it. You can turn it into a bag or even cut it down and make doll clothes with it. For the socks, you can give it to someone else, again, reuse it, or even make stuffed toys out of it. That's an interesting thought. So that was it for today. See you in the next class. Bye-bye.